Hello, everybody, and we're glad to welcome you here. So, today we're going to answer two questions. The first one is how to enter the position when you see the huge volume amount in the order book. So, how to break it and open the position. And then the second question is how to close your position with a range or with a cascade of orders and what factors influence this situation. Okay, let's go straight to the examples. And while watching them, we're going to answer these two questions. So on the first video, look at the right side of the screen. Here's the order book of band. On the left order book, you can see the futures. On the right side, you can see the spot order book. So as we can see in the futures order book, there's a big wall was like $20,000, 20,000 contracts. However, now it's something like 50K. So, answering the question, how to enter this position and what types of order to use. Firstly, I want to say that it's better not to use the limit orders because we using limit orders while we trying to catch the bounce from this volume amount, for example, or we can put them like a bit lower, this volume wall, trying to catch it. However, the possibility for these orders working is not really big. So while eating this volume wall, we use market orders right in this wall when it's something like a half or one third left from its original volume. So let's see the example. On this spot, you can see that this volume wall is eaten, and I'm opening the position in the futures order book. Here we can see that something like 5 or 7K left, and right from the moment this wall is eaten, the impulse start, I'm adding the position. So a bit higher we can see also two volume amounts, but they're not so very big, so it won't like very influence the situation. And here is the second question: how to close this position with the range of orders. So with a row, with the cascade of orders. Let's make a pause here. So what factors we use to open this row of orders? So almost in every trade, to fix like the right ratio risk to profit, it has to be closed minimum with three parts. For example, like you open the position for 3,000 lots, 3,000 contracts, you can close your position like three parts with 1,000 each, or 5, 6, or even 10 parts with 300 contract each part. So here we have to see like what kind of braking we use, like what power this brake will be. So we what power of the brake we expect. Unfortunately, it's impossible to let's say like that. It's impossible to guess the final point of the movement. So, but using some factors like time frame, for example, or the power of the braking, so we can the range which will take this price and where we're going to close our position. So inside this range. For example, like the first take profit will be on the lower border, in the middle one, the second, and finally we close our position right to the high border of this range. So, or not like three parts, you can use 10 parts right in this range. So it's just up to you. For example, we closed 1% profit in the low border of this range, 3% profit in the upper part, and so finally in the middle, and the final profit for the trade will be something like 2%, so the average. I recommend to pay attention to another factors like additional volume walls or something like that, and variate your orders, so your row of orders, according to like these factors. Okay, let's continue with the example. So the level is breaking, and I'm starting to put these orders for closing my position, something like 10 or 15 parts. On the spot, I can see also can see this volume wall. This is not very big one, however, quite enough to make this impulse like slowly. To make it more slow on the futures, we can see the support volume amount. So that's why I'm not closing my position to the mark with the market order. I'm just waiting here, just waiting for my orders realization. Like the market is not very active, like not very fast. The speed is quite okay. That's why I'm just waiting here and waiting for the price to get to my orders and realize them. Well, we are almost finally closing the position, something like 1.5, 1.8%, and the price slowly going higher, higher, and higher. So right to the volume wall on the spot. So we're just waiting, and finally, when the price on the spot came closely to this volume amount, we finally close our position. So this was the first example. Let's see the second one. So we're gonna answer the same questions, however, in the different example. So here, look at the left part of the screen of the working place. Here is the ADA token. On the right side, on the right order book, this is the futures. On the left one, this is the spot, and our target is to open our position while eating the volume wall on the spot. So unfortunately, we don't have a chart here, but on the 5-minute time frame, there was a triangle. The triangle right near this wall. On the 1 hour time frame, there was another maximum, a bit higher than this volume amount. So, and our main target is to open the position while eating this wall and to, let's say, like save our position straight to the breaking this 1 hour maximum. So let's see what is going to be in this trade. We were touching like trading near this wall quite long, and then in another time we're going really, really close here in the spot. And I want to pay your attention, firstly, that I was quite, let's say like that, quick here because I was opening my position in advance because was hoping for a really good impulse, let's say like that. And the second thing, look at my stop limit order in the order book. So this is another way how to open the position if we have a huge volume amount. So here is the second wall. You can see right after the first one, right after the purple. So there is another orange wall. So it's a bit less. However, the thing is, right after eating the first volume amount, the market will stop. I don't know the time of stopping, like 1 second, 2 second, 3 seconds, it doesn't matter. But the thing is that there will be a stop before the second wall, and we can use stop limit order without being afraid of the squeeze. So our stop limit order will work properly without any squeezes, and we finally buy the token, so buy our active asset with a very good price. So I'm opening the position on the futures with 100,000 contracts, and here I'm going to wait probably a bit loss. However, this is the part of my working volume. Oh, and here we can see the graph. So on the 1 day time frame, we can see maximum. So it's right here. And our target is to break, to eat the wall and to break this maximum. And let's see at the 5 minute time frame here. So, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is gonna be the sixth time we're touching this level on the chart. So we're going to break it. So waiting for the wall be eaten, and our stop limit on the spot order book will open. So on the futures, we just wait and we'll be adding our position by 3 parts. So the second part I added, the moment of adding the second part. Big volume is going. So now there's some like little prints. However, this wall is being eaten. I'm adding on the futures with the market order. The average price of entering is not very good. However, in this situation, it will be okay because the trade potential is will be quite nice. And finally, will be opened my working volume with 300,000 contracts, and here we see that our stop limit order will work here. Yes, right here it worked. And finally, again, we're just waiting for the level. I fixed a bit of my position on the futures. So let's see how we're gonna close the position on the futures order book. In the futures order book, in the futures order book, I put 8 orders with 25K each order. Half of the position I'm gonna fix right before the 1 hour maximum, as you remember by the chart, and a part of my position I'm gonna fix right after this maximum. So I'm just fixing my position here and on the spot order book, I just put all my limit orders after this maximum. So we're just waiting here, waiting and accurately closing our position on the futures. And as you remember, I said about analyzing other factors like the power of impulse, the power of breaking this wall So here, all they are also included. That's why my orders are not very far from the level. So a part of the position I already closed. So it's, as you can see, like 125K contracts left from 200,000. So waiting here. So and we come closely to the level. So closely to our 1 hour maximum right here. One order I put right before the level because the moving, so the power of this volume wall, of breaking the volume wall was not as I expected. So I decided to put part of my position right before the level and putting other limit orders. So our row or cascade of orders straight after the level on the futures order book. So let's see how it will be. So the moment of breaking the level on the spot we're coming closely. On the futures we can see the wall, the support wall. So here's the volume amount. So we came straight to the level and we're waiting for the impulse. We can see the support here on the spot market, on the spot order book. So let's see what movement this price is going promise to us. So we start, the impulse started, and we are just closing our position partly, as it was said before. So everything according to the strategy. Here is the support, the walls, the support wall, the impulse is going faster. On the spot, I close my position finally, and on the future, the same situation. So the final part, I close just before this volume amount, just not to sit in this trade for so long. So for today, this is all, guys. Thank you for attention. We answered two questions: how to open the position with what orders when we see the volume wall, and secondly, we answered the question how to close the position with our orders, with the range or with the row, with the cascade of orders.